What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Dawn of War Definitive Edition World Championship 2025. I'm again your host, Dusty Minister, and in this one, we're going very deep into the tournament. We are going to watch the semi-final and the final of the winner's bracket. This means that we are getting our first player to get into the grand final. After that, tomorrow or next time, we will watch the journey to that grand final from the loser's bracket, so we can see what the next player is, and there we will get to see the grand final. But guys, before we do that, I need to do a little bit of a recap. So guys, I have spoiler filter on right now. If you guys have not watched the former video, let me just tell you, that's a mistake. You should watch that, absolutely. We had some insane games in that one. But if you have already watched it, or you actually don't care what Dusty Minister says, that's completely fine. I will remove the spoiler in 3, 2, 1, bam. All right, let me just tell you right now, we had some insane games. We even had some upsets in here where I'm like, what the actual stuff happened? We had absolute, like, back and forth. We had crazy games. Let me just start out by saying, like, Nick and Alex, and then Forgotten versus Frenetic never happened. Forgotten and Nick never showed up. Therefore, Alex and Frenetic gets a bye. But yeah, Alex UK, he was waiting for Tanya Filia. Tanya Filia was going up against Nameless, and Tanya Filia, he won. I feel like Nameless made too many, like one big early game mistake. He overextended way too bad. He was just going for the head of the Tower Commander. Tanya Filia using the light cover to his advantage. And therefore, Tanya Filia, he moved on. Nameless, thank you for joining the tournament. It has been an absolute pleasure. Nice to see some Sisters of Battle gameplay, but sadly, this was the end of the road for you. Then, Tanya Filia moved on, going up against Alex, and I felt like Alex played really well in this one. Tanya Filia, it wasn't like he didn't fight back, but I think Alex UK is just way too solid of a player. And we'll get to that because Alex UK is clearly just really underestimated by me and Montana. No doubt about it. Speaking of the man himself, he moved on and then he went up against Blast Furnace. This was an absolute insanity game on Shrine of Excellion. Already here, guys, I casted this whole thing in one day. I'm gonna just tell you right now, I got absolutely destroyed, like voice and like all kinds of stuff. So I did, like, already from the get-go, we got this crazy game. Alex UK in there with the upset. Even though you can talk about the matchup and stuff like that, it still doesn't change the fact that he did this against Blast Furnace. It was a huge upset, and Alex UK, he got him out of here, and that means that Alex moves on, and we have to say goodbye to Blast Furnace. Blast, you are my boy. Thank you, guy. Thank you for being a part of this tournament. You have been an absolute gem to watch in this one. But yeah, sadly, this was the end of the line for you. Same with you, Tanya Filia. If I hadn't already said that, thank you for joining the tournament. All right, so that was the first line. So that was the first player who survived. As you can see here, Alex UK has an opponent. So let's talk about the journey towards that. So Tornado, he had to go up against Mihalis. Now, this game also was just complete insanity. Mihalis was holding back nothing, but he was losing steam in the end. I felt like there was some macro mistakes, and it just made it so Tornado just took the win. Tornado just doesn't break. He refuses to break, and Tornado, I think he'll get very far in this tournament. He's just way too dangerous a player, and yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that he's actually the potential best Tau player in this tournament. But we'll get to that later. Warden versus Scouty. This one was an absolute insanity performance from Scouty. I think he absolutely cooked in this one. And yeah, Warden, he went out. I have not much more to say. I just think Scouty absolutely killed it. I'll say thank you to Mahalic and Warden for joining the tournament. It had been an absolute pleasure also to cast both of you games, regardless of what level you brought to the table. I am grateful for you joining the tournament, and both of you had some fire games in my opinion. Speaking of fire game, then we had this game versus Scouty versus Tornado. This game was Tornado just smoking Scouty. And it wasn't like Scouty didn't play well. It was just Tornado was just so overwhelmingly good that it's like, what is Scouty supposed to do? Like, it was crazy. Scouty was on the offense most of the time in this matchup, which is like crazy, dude. Crazy performance for Tornado. Scouty, thank you for joining the tournament, man. You had been an absolute pleasure to cast. You had some insane games, but sadly, as Nameless as well, you are the last Sisters of Battle player we had in this tournament. I'll say thank you for getting into it. You had been a pleasure to watch, but this is the end of the line for you. And then we got this insanity game. What is going on? We had insane games again. So Aaron Beast went up against Tornado. This one went all the way to tier 4. I can't even comprehend that Aaron Beast, he just kept on going. Aaron was like putting down the gauntlet 24/7 against Tornado. I actually thought in like, not most of the game, but like there was like 10-15% of the game where I was like, damn, is Aaron actually winning this one? Insane performance by Aaron. He also had to bring his 8 game, but it just, the matchup was too rough. Aaron Beast, he sadly loses this one, and yeah, Tornado moves on. So that means we'll have Alex versus Tornado. We're not going to talk about that because that'll be for the next video which is going to be the last video. So we're not going to talk too much about that. We're going to talk about it there. Then we had the other half. Dude, so many insane games. Frenetic got a bye. He was waiting for someone. That was then Superman versus Ataraxia. I think Ataraxia showed why he got second place in that Group C. He was playing super, super well, and then Superman absolutely collapsed. There are some situations where it looks like then Superman is lacking, but it still doesn't change the fact that he got almost, I wouldn't say straight up, but he got almost body bagged in this one. Ataraxia absolutely killed it, and he moves on. And then he met Frenetic. Now, I was like, this could go either way. Frenetic had been absolutely having some problems in this tournament, but he has also shown some promises. I don't know how his first game against Nekki went, but his second game, he got completely destroyed. And also, the narrative coming into this one was that last time these guys met in the Group Chaos, the Group C, Frenetic got completely blown up by Ataraxia, but he got the revenge. He got the revenge, ladies and gentlemen. And Frenetic was going in. That was an insane performance by him. Well played to Frenetic. He went on. I'll say thank you to Den Superman. And I'll say very much thank you to Ataraxia as well. You guys have been a pleasure to also cast. I think it's kind of insane that both of you are already getting out, but it's a very stacked tournament. I'll say Den Superman has been a little bit of a surprise in this tournament. And I also think Ataraxia definitely showed a lot of potential, but it was just too much against Frenetic. If I haven't already said it, like even though they left this one, I'll also say thank you, Forgotten. You had that probably one of the most insane games in the whole World Championship. It was so good. Thank you, Forgotten, for doing your thing in this one. Same with you, Nick. We had some really, really cool games from you, and there's a reason why you got to the playoffs in the first place. So thank you for joining as well, Nick. Now, Frenetic moved on, and then he got up against El Bandito. Now, El Bandito, he played Chaos, and you could tell he was not as experienced on this race, and you could also tell that he has issues against Frenetic, and Frenetic just played so freaking well in that one. I think El Bandito did like 3 or 4 pretty big mistakes, and there was just moments where you could just tell, like, getting that aspiring champion melee weapon without having aspiring champions was kind of a little bit corny to me. He got that for no reason. So El Bandito, he got completely, I would actually say low-key destroyed. I think Frenetic, if he knew how bad of a spot Bandito was in terms of tech, there's a chance that El Bandito almost doesn't get tier 2 because Frenetic could just rape to him for days. and Fnatic was so far ahead in terms of tech and economy at some point as well. So it was just too much for El Bandito. Too many crucial mistakes, and El Bandito actually goes out. So we only have Tornado as the real big Tau player left. Tornado has definitely been smoking in this one, like smoking people, but he... Yeah, we'll see how far he can get. Alex UK might actually be a big one. I ain't gonna hold you. But again, we're not gonna talk too much about this. El Bandito goes out. So we had 2 Seed 1 players getting kicked out. Will it happen for the last one? As you can see, no it didn't. Let's talk about this journey. So AllSeeing went up against Focus. AllSeeing just went face first, 5 Space Marine squads, and Focus just got absolutely obliterated. AllSeeing didn't even consider tier 2. He just went, okay, I'm gonna get an armory and 1 or 2 generators, get some upgrades. Goodbye, Focus. Focus, I feel like he had too many macro mistakes. The units he chose to produce was a little bit problematic. He needed more flayed ones, 100%. And also his ideas when it came to like some of his map movements. He got caught off guard before he had the teleport, and that was almost GG. But the final nail in the coffin was definitely the fact that he also didn't go for flayed ones. And his Necrolord as well got very low very early. This is one of the big problems in this matchup. Thank you, Focus. You have had some great performances. Even in the winners bracket against Tanya Filia, you were doing your thing. But yeah, AllSeeing I don't blame you for losing this one. Thank you, Focus. Also, let's get it. Oh my God, I didn't say thank you, El Bandito. You have also been doing your shit. But yeah, this was the end of the line for you, mate. Thank you for joining the tournament. Alright, then we had this one. Now, Balchier went up against Simile. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not sure if Simile, I'm not 100% sure. I still think Simile would have won, but this would have been a lot closer if Balchier didn't just completely screw up the cross pick. I don't know if Balchier actually thought it was a good idea to get Titan's Fall, but it was definitely, in my opinion, the absolute worst. If like top 3 worst maps that he could have chosen. Simile used that to the absolute full effect, and Simile, he just moved on. But then Simile went up against AllSeeing, and AllSeeing was not playing around. AllSeeing was so dominant in this one. I felt like Simile had some few mistakes here and there, but I felt like the defense from AllSeeing was A1 since day one. AllSeeing just controlled the map 24/7, and he was just so, like, as soon as he hit tier 2, he didn't even go for rocket launches. He was just like, where's them IG units at? And he absolutely obliterated him. Simile, that is. Simile, I'll just say right now, you have been an absolute pleasure to watch in this one. You are one of my biggest, if not the biggest surprise in this one. I'll say thank you for joining the tournament, Simile. You have been an absolute pleasure. But there's one last player we had to say goodbye to, which was AllSeeing. Look, this matchup, I'm sorry, it is not a good idea. Dances got freaking the F AllSeeing out of here, but I think AllSeeing, and sure, we can point to mistakes. He made mistakes in this one, but AllSeeing was just fighting back, dude. He was trying to stay in this tournament, definitely, and he was trying to like beat Dancist. If he was beating Dancist, I'll just say right now, that is probably the most insane upset we have in this tournament. That would have been completely crazy, like at the same level as Simile versus Nekki. Honestly, even bigger. But yeah, that only happens in fairy tales. Sadly, Dancist, he won that one. And also, let me just be real. Dancist has been an absolute monster in this tournament, so don't get it twisted. He's a very, very powerful player. There's a reason why he moves on. It's not just that he's abusing a very, very oppressive build order. But I'll say thank you to AllSeeing for joining. I'll also say AllSeeing had a lot of, like, he was having a hard time at the time. I'm not going to get into some personal stuff, but I talked a lot with AllSeeing, and it was last minute that he said, okay, I'm going to join the tournament. It was an absolute pleasure, AllSeeing. Thank you for joining. You have my respect. But yeah, this was the end of the road for you. So, we have Frenetic versus Dantist and Alex versus Tornado, but we're not going to talk about that. Let's get to the winner's bracket final. So, here we are. Master Yoba versus Nekki, and then Destar versus Yang, and whoever wins that will get to this winner's bracket final, and whoever wins that is going to get to the grand final. We're not going to watch the grand final because obviously we need to see who is the second guy in this grand final, but we are going to watch who is the first guy getting to that grand final. So let's talk about it. We got Yoba versus Nekki. Now, this one, I think Yoba is definitely favored in this one, but Nekki has been low-key a monster. He got Blast Furnace, and I would actually say low-key destroyed him. He apparently probably did the same with Frenetic. So as soon as Nekki, he was like, that game I had against Simile, that was a fluke, mate. I am coming in here, and I'm just going to show everyone that they're wrong about me. I am a powerful player, and I can probably beat Master Yoba. Now, obviously, there is a favorite in this one, because unlike Nekki, Yoba has not lost a single freaking game. Can you believe that? He's here in the semifinal, and he is not losing games. That's crazy, dude. Nekki this year has had some upsides against Master Yoba, but it's mostly in Soulstorm. Obviously, Definitive Edition is slightly different. But yeah, we'll see how Nekki's going to approach this one. It's going to be a tough one for both of these players. It's going to be insane. And then we have this very, very interesting game. Yang has played Dark Eldar most of this whole tournament, except for the Orcs against El Bandito. But Yang's Dark Eldar is so disgusting to watch. He has murdered Eldar players, Orc players. He has murdered everyone. And Yang Beli's undefeated, no? I might be tripping. For some reason, I can't remember a game that he has lost. So Yang is not playing around either. Destar, the only game that he has lost is also against Nekki himself. So yeah, Destar is definitely also coming in here hot. He got dances the hell out of here. That was insane. Destar has been playing super, super well so far in this tournament. He also absolutely went in on Tornado. Tornado had such a hard time. So Destar versus Yang is going to be a huge one as well. We'll see though. Let's get into it. Yoba versus Nekki. Let's go. All right. So the first game is going to be Master Yoba going up against Nekki. Orcs versus Eldar. And guys, let me just tell you this one. If there is one guy who's probably had the best time in tournaments in Soulstorm as of now, this year in 2025, I'm gonna tell you right now, it is Nekki. Master Yoba has struggled against Nekki several times in several tournaments. I still think Master Yoba is favored, but I'll just give that little caveat. On the top side though, we got Master Yoba. Master Yoba, he goes for 2 Slug Boys, a Gretchen Squad, will go for the Boy Sword and the Plasma Generator. Will also go for the capture of this point, I think. Yeah. And then on the bottom side, we got Nekki. Nekki, he's gonna go for Bone Singer, 2 Guardians, Fleet of Foot, will go for the Dark Reapers 100% out of the Aspect Portal and Plasma Generator.
What would you have us do?
Looks like Nekki's gonna capture these points on the left side. And looks like Master Yoba is actually gonna go for this point. That's very interesting gameplay. Okay, so he actually changes his mind and go for 3 Slugger Boys. That's very, very interesting gameplay. If he gets this one away from Eldar, that is absolutely huge. Let's see what Nekki is gonna do though. Looks like Nekki's actually gonna go for this relic. That's such a weird choice, to be honest. Farseer, obviously, this is the best build order if you ask me against Orcs, no matter what map. Because Farseer is so good against the Big Meg. But this is a huge engagement. Like, Master Yoba taking this one, that is absolutely insanity. Yeah, and Big Meg is out. This is such a good early game from Master Yoba. He's gonna need more firepower though, so this isn't the most perfect opening I've ever seen on planet Earth. But the map control is no joke. 44 to plus 10 for Master Yoba. 38 to plus 10 for Nekki. So he's not far behind Master Yoba, but he's gonna need something to actually do something about this. Master Yoba actually leaves this one. I feel like that might actually be a little bit of a mistake. But Master Yoba is already on the move. Gonna attack on the left side. And it looks like Nekki has to respond. This is such a good early game from Master Yoba. I love that he went in for this one. Eldar is very exposed in this map. I feel like I'm sometimes very surprised that Eldar players doesn't go for this point immediately. I've seen so many times Eldar just ignore this point and then it gets snacked away from them. 68 to plus 10 for Master Yoba himself.
Puny Eldar, you can send us the boys home.
You can send half the boys home. I didn't even think about that line. That's so funny. Okay, looks like Master Yoba is gonna have to defend himself a little bit. He's gonna get the critical location, but he's gonna need some time as well, because that's a lot of army from Nekki. Nekki's not gonna afford this. But down in negative cover, actually, so Master Yoba is teleporting back. That's a little bit of an awkward situation. Getting the first wall banner, it's badly needed, that wall banner, because he needs army, he needs army composition. He only has Kappa units at this point. But don't get it twisted, I mean, ain't gonna hold you. These Slugger Boys are definitely good Kappa units in terms of combat stats. Nekki's trying to actually punch back a little bit. 92 to plus 10. That's really, really good for Master Yoba. 68 to plus 10. I know this is Eldar, but this is garbage economy. Looks like Nekki is not playing around. He's gonna get that Rape Tomb drop. That's really, really good. I think Master Yoba will try and fight it out. He's gonna go in on this engagement. Look at this absolute insanity of an Eldar army. Now everything needs to get in here. Master Yoba gets absolutely blown to pieces. That's so bad. Okay, Psychic Storm being dropped. Yeah, and this thing posed a stun for years. Looks like the Slugger Boy squad is also taking so much damage. Can Master Yoba keep it alive? No, that's another wipe. Oh my god, Master Yoba is trying to defend himself out of this. Nah, he's gonna get in with some reinforcements, but those reinforcements are badly needed. Jesus Christ, this engagement by Nekki. Master Yoba half HP on his Big Meg. Farsi is relatively healthy. I would even say very healthy. Master Yoba is trying to detach himself from Big Meg, but I think this is a massive mistake by him. He's gonna lose his Big Meg. What an absolute slaughter. Look at the body bag. Like, look at all these bodies. Like, this is a complete slaughter. This is low-key a genocide, ladies and gentlemen. Nekki gonna walk up. Has he done so much damage? Did Master Yoba disrespect this position a little bit? I think he maybe have done that. Gonna get the decap off Nekki, that is. He still has 68 to plus 10. Gonna go for the Dark Reapers. More Dark Reapers, I should say. Big Meg being rebuilt. Pylo guns. Heavy bore armor. Master Yoba has invested so much in this position. He's gonna stay here at freaking all costs. I think he should get in here and tie up one of these Dark Reapers with the Gretchens. Everything is probably falling apart. Can Master Yoba hold on? This is so much firepower from Nekki. Farsi is absolutely murdering this backline. Master Yoba is so much in trouble. Nekki is not playing around. Rape Tomb for days, and this wall banner will probably go down. That is so detrimental for Master Yoba. He's gonna try and get in with the Big Meg. He has a lot of, he needs very much like, okay, he's gonna get the third Shooter Boy squad, but like, Master Yoba has no time for that. Look at his Shooter Boys. Oh my god, 68 plus 10 still for Nekki. He can even upgrade some points if he wants to. Now these Shooter Boys, no big shooters on them. Okay, Big Meg, however, is getting in, but this squad is getting absolutely blown to pieces. Master Yoba is gonna try and survive anyway. He's gonna go for it. What is Master Yoba's, yeah, he's 25 population. Okay, Big Meg trying to get in here. Already taking loads of damage from the Farseer. Shooter Boys are taking loads of damage. Oh my god. So many orcs just dying. Nekki is just going completely crazy. And Master Yoba leaves. Oh my god, that was a bloodbath. Wait, Nekki absolutely got Master Yoba the F out of here. What the hell? Man. Okay, anyone getting in here and saying, nah, Eldar's not broken. You guys are smoking something I can't say on YouTube. You are, like, you are crazy. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's way too greedy by Master Yoba to just go in like this. I definitely think that he needed to... I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. Obviously, I think he needed the heavy bar armor, so going this heavy into Nekki, like, Dark Reapers are just eating alive all these Slugger Boys. The heavy bar armor got in, and at that point, all the Slugger Boys was basically just dead. But Master Yoba, he was just, in my opinion, super greedy. Like, you can probably do this against, like, most Eldar players, like getting the wall banner and stuff, but it is not gonna cut it most of the time. Someone like Nekki is not letting you get this whatsoever. Very much a big macro mistake by Master Yoba. I think what he should have done is not overstay like crazy, because he should know that Nekki is just gonna go for the Rave Tomb. Just don't overstay here. Don't try and fight it out with Eldar. Eldar will absolutely eat you alive, especially a player like Nekki. So I would just say that Master Yoba should have just taken the W and just play a little bit more defensive. Get the Shooter Boys, make the Slugger Boys survive, and then you can make a nasty tier 1.5 engagement on Nekki. He's already behind because his economy is garbage. 74 to plus 10. Most of the time it was 68 to plus 10. And yeah, he could go up to plus 80 to plus 10, but as like Master Yoba was like 104 to plus 10 after losing this. So Master Yoba was in a very, very good spot, if you ask me. I think it's fine that he invests in its listing post like LP2, because it made him so he was able to defend better. But I think that war banner and then also trying to overstay here was just putting Master Yoba in a position where he had to defend himself. I think that was an overextension. That was really, really not good. And Nekki got him out of here. That is... oh, that's worrying for Master Yoba. And as I've said, Nekki has low-key been a thorn this year in Master Yoba's back. So we'll see here. Let's get it. Game 2. Can Master Yoba punch back? Which I very much think he can. Or will Nekki just absolutely get him out of here? That's crazy. Let's get into it. Game 2. Master Yoba versus Nekki. Let's go. Alright, guys. So for game 2, Nekki and Master Yoba is going in on deadly fun archaeology. This means that I think actually Nekki is a little bit more happy about this map. I could be wrong, but we'll see. I think this is a good Stormboy map, but I don't think it's as effective as on Outer Reaches, for example. On the left side, Nekki is gonna go for a Bone Singer, 2 Guardians, probably Fleet of Foot, Aspect Portal, and maybe Plasma Generator. Yeah, he's gonna go for the Plasma Generator. You could go for Reaper Mass on this one, but I think it's a little bit too risky. Would rather go for the Dark Reaper and then into the Farseer, I think. On the right side, we got Master Yoba. Master Yoba has his back against the wall, and he's gonna go for 3 Slugger Boys, a Gretchen, will go for the Boys Heart, and the Generator. I am genuinely surprised that he goes for 3 Slugger Boys. But I guess he feels like he's supposed to do that on this map in most matchups against Eldar. We'll see here. Nekki gonna get the Dark Reaper out first. I'm surprised Master Yoba is not going for this point, for example, at this point, but we're gonna see. Maybe looking for an engagement from Nekki already. That would be crazy if Nekki just went in very, very early. Oh, it's just a pathfinding system. Looks like Master Yoba is looking for this one. He's gonna go the same strategy that he did against Nekki. That's very, very oppressive. That's super, super, super heavy engagement. Master Yoba is definitely taking some damage in this one. These Gretchens has to leave. But the Big Mac is not gonna let these Dark Reapers just play around with his Gretchens. Okay. Nekki, however, he's gonna see that these orcs are trying to capture this point. This means that Master Yoba is definitely gonna get disrupted. Yeah, now he's gonna lose this point. A little bit of a mistake from Master Yoba. He should have just went straight on if this is his strategy. But now he's just gonna get punished. I think Dark Reapers is gonna use this negative cover to their advantage. Alright, Master Yoba is a little bit too far away, but Nekki wanna close the gap. One Slugger Boy squad, or one Slugger Boy model will go down. But Master Yoba definitely secures this one. Okay. Farsi is gonna get in. Good Mind War will be really good against the Big Mac here. Already more than 300 HP. And the Slugger Boys will go back in, but Nekki is ready for him. Let's see what Master Yoba is gonna do. He needs another wall banner. Gotta get this decap. This is not worth for Master Yoba. This is really not worth for him. This is a massive mistake by Master Yoba. Wow, this looks like his game against Bloody Monster at some point. I can't remember in which tournament that happened, but this gameplay sometimes happens for Master Yoba, and he's just losing orcs left and right. Master Yoba is gonna go for the plasma generator. Okay, good. He didn't teleport in, he just went in. Again, Master Yoba just wants to deny this point 24/7. He's gonna go at it again. No, he's gonna get out. Nice grenade already off the bat here on Master Yoba. Two Dark Reapers. These Slugger Boy squads, or this Slugger Boy needs to get the hell out of here. Absolute massive mistake by Nekki to not hit that grenade. Okay, upgrading this listing post. Upgrade this one as well. So Master Yoba is gonna have to actually try and defend himself out of this. These Slugger Boys are just gonna get completely obliterated, and Nekki is not playing around. There is no pile of guns. I repeat, no pile of guns. So Master Yoba is not able to get the heavy boy armor whatsoever. In fact, he needs another wall banner on top of it. Okay, Master Yoba. What are we doing here today? Sidekick Storm drops immediately on Master Yoba. That is a complete wipe of these Slugger Boys. And Master Yoba is once again just so much in trouble. This is a bloodbath. Now, Master Yoba is going to go for this plasma generator. But the price he's playing is just Slugger Boys just dying completely. And look what we got here. A Farseer who's not playing around. She's going to look for the Big Mac. Slugger Boys just fighting it out, just reinforcing to death. Master Yoba got very good economy, so he might actually be able to make that work. Meanwhile, Master Yoba is also going for the plasma generator. Will tie up these Dark Reapers with the Shooter Boys. Big Mac tries to fight it out against the Farseer. He's definitely gonna lose that fight. Now these Slugger Boys, that's such a heavy investment by Master Yoba. I think he has to attach himself to the Shooter Boys. He does get out. What the hell is going on? Nekki is just fighting absolutely with just sheer insane firepower. Master Yoba has had to reinforce his Slugger Boys like crazy. He's gonna try and go for that pile of guns. This is a huge counterattack about to happen. Grenades hitting really badly on these Slugger Boys. And Rave Tomb is gonna hit on this listing post. Master Yoba has to leave it. He's going down in the heavy cover. Heavy boy armor. We need the Shooter Boys from Master Yoba. He needs to be careful though. He needs to be super careful. He cannot compete against this, period. He needs big shooters. He needs to be able to defend this. He needs the Everboy armor. What a... Nekki is gonna destroy this relic for sure. Master Yoba, is he gonna pull the trigger? I don't think he can afford to pull the trigger. These Gretchen got absolutely obliterated. Master Yoba can't even walk up. We're down in the heavy cover, and Nekki says, get the hell out of here. This is such a dominant performance by Nekki. He's looking like an upcoming world champion, ladies and gentlemen. What an absolute obliteration we got here. And Master Yoba just absolutely crumbles. Are we gonna get Storm Boys? We need the Storm Boys. But I think Master Yoba has lost his cool. It's a mistake to walk up like this. I think Grenade is gonna drop. Master Yoba is just teleporting out. He's gonna try and just stop this relic from being decapped. There's limitations to what he wanna give up. Plus 80 to plus 10 for Master Yoba. Better economy for Nekki, and he's approaching tier 2. Master Yoba gonna get them Storm Boys. This is now or never. Psychic Storm being dropped. This Big Meg and all these Shooter Boys getting completely destroyed. What a complete slaughter of Master Yoba. The game looks very much over. There's nothing Master Yoba can do. Nekki this is a body bag. This is complete insanity. Even the Guardians are gonna get in here, no problem. You're just gonna drop the grenade. Master Yoba is just... I don't know what he's saying here. Nekki, I don't hope it's disrespectful, by the way. I think he says that he has tier 2. Master Yoba is just like, F this one. I've had YouTube ding my videos because someone said something really bad in Russian. I'm just gonna make... I have a feeling we have some disrespect here. I'm not gonna get into that, so I'll just blur this one out. What the F? Okay, so Master Yoba again, I feel like he's just super impatient in this one. Like this Slugger Boy squad getting murdered here, I was just like, at this point, he probably lost the game. Because, like, this is not worth... What is it? Is it 35 cost on the Slugger Boys? Is that 35? Yeah, so that's 140 requisition. Ain't no way that is worth. Master Yoba, if he wanted to do this capture, he should have like gone straight up. Like he was fooling around here a little bit. I don't know why he did that. He should have just gone straight up for this. But I'm not even sure if he should have done that. He was already getting this point straight up. There's no reason to just like force. Just play a little more defensive, but he didn't do that in time. He was over reinforcing his Slugger Boys, delaying his tech, because you cannot get so many Slugger Boys while also at the same time getting wall banners and pile guns and upgrades. It just doesn't work like that. This looked really bad for Master Yoba. I ain't gonna hold you. Nekki definitely came in here and just wasn't playing around. Nekki completely murdered Master Yoba. That was a slaughter. I would even say this was a low-key body bag. I've never seen Nekki just completely destroy Master Yoba. That was insanity. Alright. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually kind of shocked by this. Nekki was so prepared for this one, I guess. But, guys, without further ado, let's get into the second semi-final. So Nekki, he went absolutely in here. Let's see who his opponent is gonna be. Is it gonna be Destar? Or is it gonna be Yang Wen-Li? Let's get into it. The second semi-final, Destar versus Yang Wen-Li. Let's go. Alright, guys. So Destar and Yang Wen-Li is going up against each other on Fallen City. Orcs versus Dark Eldar. Let's freaking go. Both of these players are here for an absolute reason. Yang Wen-Li has been absolutely killing it. Apparently, I can't remember, but I actually think he has been undefeated so far. Destar is also in here, but we're going to talk about him later. Let's talk about the openings. So, on the right side, we got Destar. Yang Wen-Li. Yang Wen-Li goes for 2 Mandrake squads, and we'll go for the Hollow Blood. No signs of a generator, by the way. On the left side, we got Destar. Destar's also here for what the? Okay. Okay, so on the left side, we got Destar. Destar, he goes for 2 Slugger Boys and Aggressions. We'll go for the Boys Hut to also get this Shooter Boy squad to capture this point. And we'll also go for the War Banner. War Banner opening. Okay. So for you who's first time watching Definitive Edition and stuff like that, who has not seen this opening, because orcs usually don't go for this opening, you wouldn't know that this is actually a opening that orcs can do. It is very, very aggressive, low eco compared to what normally orcs do, but it gives that extra orc cap, which will do so the orcs can go even more hard and just mass. Now, Yang Wenli is already going in on this side, and he's actually capturing this point. That's crazy. So Destar is not even competing with this one. I think this is a little bit of a mistake. Let's see though. Destar is gonna we're gonna trade both sides. Mandrake is gonna get a little bit of engagement. Where is the warriors? First warrior squad is getting out. Archon is on the way. Alright. So we have 2 warrior squads. We need the Archon very, very soon. Okay, so Destar is kind of in a little bit of a weird spot. He's just straight up trading. With this opening, you want to go even more ham in terms of just fighting. It looks like Destar is definitely going to do that. Out with a big man, gonna absolutely get that decap for sure. We also have a fight on this side. Mandrakes are trying to like disrupt these corrections. Meanwhile, the Slugger Boys are gonna get down in the heavy cover, go for these warriors, but the second warrior squad is also on the way. Good decap here by Destar. He's fighting back. Alright, let's see here. Now the Mandrakes are gonna go in melee against the Shooter Boys. Shooter Boys need to be very, very careful. This, the listening post, when it gets finished, it's not gonna be enough because it's a little pea shooter here in the early game. Oh my god, these Shooter Boys are just getting completely nicely done by Destar. Gets the hell into that listening post. Damn, he's not having any of it. Okay, getting the capture here. Can Destar put the listening post up? Does he have the economy? He has, but he's multitasking like crazy. He actually finishes it. But look at this absolute slaughter here. Oh lord. Man, I think Destar is gonna lose this point. He's gonna lose every single orc unit he has. And Yang Wenli is going in. Okay, and the Mandrake squad didn't even get wiped. He's gonna get a good decap, but luckily for Destar, he's pushing back. Destar is floating like crazy. He only has 1 Gretchen squad, so that's a nightmare for him. He needs that Gretchen. Oh my god, the big man gets absolutely blown up. Alright. Man, Destar got cooked in this one. Man, okay, huge mistake by Destar. Absolutely insane mistake in my opinion. So I think what Destar should have done is absolutely like it's there's a Danish saying, I think it's a Danish saying, where you're trying to stab someone in the back, but you forgot to check your own back. That's kind of how this game is. So Fallen City to me is just like very, very insane, risky map. This is why weaker races in more favored matchup to one side, where the weaker race is definitely suffering a lot because the weaker race can usually not fight on both sides, but he can trade both sides or one of the sides for the other. But I feel like Destar, either you do this and you only go for one of the sides, and then you upgrade, you go for the generator and you play defensive, right? Or you go offensive and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna fight for both of the points. You're not getting any of these, and I'm gonna make sure I can actually fight you on one or the other side. I still don't think this opening, regardless of what Master Yoba, sorry. We just casted a Master Yoba game, but I don't think this opening by Destar is good anyway. But if he's doing this, he cannot afford just letting this go to Yang. Also, I question if 3 Slugger Boys would have been better to have one at home and then have one here and then have one here. I'm not sure about that one though. You could also do a different cap order, I guess. But this cap order was not cutting it because what happened was Yang got his power, the warriors, and Master Yoba could not upgrade his listening post. So this sheer push here by Yang, and then also not being able to fully push back Yang on this side, was an absolute disaster for Destar. No doubt in my mind, he should have gone for the generator instead. And if he's not going for the generator, I will also say his cap order should have been different. And also, just a little bit, he was floating like crazy. Too much requisition, I saw that. But he also lost the Gretchen down here, so he couldn't build the things that he wanted to build. So, that's a huge punch here by Yang Wen Li. He went in on this one. Let's get that game 2. Let's go. All right, guys. So, Destar is actually switching it up. That is shocking. Okay. So, Destar is actually going for Sisters of Battle in this one. Interesting choice. So, Destar is gonna go for Sisters of Battle. He chooses to actually switch up and go up against Yang Wen Li. Okay, very interesting. I assume we're gonna get double Seraphims. Yeah. So on the right side, we got Destar. Destar, he goes for Servitor and 2 Missionaries. Playing Sisters in this one, by the way. And on the left side, we got Yang Wen Li. Yang is switching it up as well. He's gonna go for Dark Foundry. We'll go for 2 Mandrake squads. Yeah, and the map we're playing on is Outer Reaches. I think Orcs is fine on Outer Reaches, but I do understand if Destar is a little bit afraid of this matchup as Orcs, though, on Outer Reaches. That's why I think he's switching, because I do believe Orcs has a little bit of a hard time on this map if Dark Eldar is just going not Reno. But I still think Orcs would actually have been fine. It just depends on how you play it, I think. But we'll see. Yang is going to get his first point. Let the Missionaries on the side of Destar. It's going to try and get both of these points. I think Destar can actually... I think he can build a listening post on both of the points. But he's not choosing to do so. But he does delete the armory and going to go for the double Seraphims. And we're getting Hellion, so obviously the Homunculus Laboratory is in here as well, but Hellion Squad is gonna be used anyway. Destar could absolutely build 2 listening posts at the same time, but he want to finish this one a little bit faster. He's maybe afraid of a little bit of an invasion. That's fine. Seraphims, first jump in. Let's see what they're doing. Gonna go for a decap, but not gonna find nobody's home. Oh, in fact, the Doric's locked at the home of Yang Wen Li. He's gonna find some Mandrakes, though. Capturing this point, Destar that is. Nobody's going for that middle point. That's very, very interesting. Hellions, though, is already out. Jumping once again. But Destar is gonna match him with the Seraphims. No. No, Destar is actually going up here, potentially defending the side. These Mandrakes are very much in trouble. They have to get the hell out of here. It's way, way, way too much. But the Reaver jet bike is also getting out. Okay. Missionary is taking a lot of damage. Oh, will he die before the point is actually captured? Destar needs to get out. Oh my god, Destar actually gets the denial. That's really, really good, actually. Okay, let's see. Denial, though, on the other side. Hellion are stopping this, but Missionary is still trying to get the point back. So, good on Destar to not lose his Missionary. Star is gonna fight back once again. Gotta focus these Mandrakes. Mandrakes has to disengage down on the heavy cover. Now out of the heavy cover. Where's the jet bike? Jet bike is on its way. Let's look at economy. Plus 50 to plus 10 for Destar. Plus 56 to plus 10 for Yang Wen Li. He's also getting this point. Looks like Destar is also gonna close in on getting his point. These Hellions especially is on the other side of the map. Destar is not having these Hellions just go at his builders. So he's gonna go for these Hellions. These Hellions takes loads of damage. I don't think Yang Wen Li actually has an extra jump. No, he does not have an extra jump. So this Hellion squad actually gets wiped. Good micro here by Destar. But this builder is almost going down. Yang Wen Li is gonna go for it, actually. But this Missionary is actually in here very, very low. It's just gonna go down. That's... Oh, Destar, he needed to get out with that Missionary. Destar, on the other hand, can secure this point. He's gonna go for his first plasma generator, though. Meanwhile, Yang Wen Li is 68 to plus 10. That is his third... Okay, so he's actually going for the head here on Destar because he has the slave chamber. So he's gonna go for 6 jet bikes. Or at least more than 3. So not fast tier 2 whatsoever. I think he thinks that is too risky because these Seraphims will just be such a nightmare. Speaking of the Seraphims getting down in the heavy cover, want to go in on this Reaver jet bike. I actually think they have good melee damage on the vehicle low department instead of range, but let's see. Yang has found the servitors. The servitors did not go for this listening post. That's actually really bad for Destar. The economy is 62 to plus 10. These builders are just going down in the cemetery. These guys are just completely gone. 62 to plus 10 for Destar. He needs better economy. He's gonna go for the relic. I'm not sure if he can finish it. Destar has an amazing economy though. Or an amazing army. But Yang Mali's, the jet bikes is even worse, I think. 68 to plus 10 for Yang Mali. That's really good. He's gonna get another Shillave Chamber. He's gonna spam Reaver jet bikes for days.
Victory countdown has begun.
Honestly, it might works. Looks like Destar want to take this fight. I'm not sure he can do that actually. But he's gonna try anyway. Actually, Yang has to disengage a little bit. Destar, you need to, okay. Destar is gonna go for it. Nice dodge here by this, no! It was nice dodge! Bog actually helped out Destar a little bit, huh? Oh, this Bog is so stupid, dude. I'm so happy Relic fixed that. Speaking of, Yang Wan-Li, has only lost one jet bike. That's huge. Yeah, he spams out jet bikes. Is that the correct move for Yang Wan-Li? I'm not sure. Destar, he's gonna go for the Canoness, actually. 68 to plus 10. Is he gonna get the Pristine Sanctuary? Okay, nice decap by Destar, but has he put himself into a little bit of a weird position? He needs to jump out, don't he? Oh, that's a lot of damage being dropped on Destar. That's a lot of Seraphins potentially dying, but down in the light cover only. So Destar needs to get the hell out of here. Yang Wan-Li is relentless. He's gonna hunt down these Seraphins. He's not playing around. We don't have an extra jump from Destar, and this might actually be a drop here. These Seraphins are not surviving the day. They are getting wiped, and I think that is probably... This might be the game. If Destar gets out of this, that will be crazy to me. He's gonna go for tier 2, but Yang is not messing around. He's gonna get these Seraphims. Reaver jet bike is disengaging. Reaver jet bikes will probably go down in the heavy cover. Maybe not. He doesn't even need to do that. That's crazy, dude. Seraphims trying to kill the Reaver jet bike here. Man, the Seraphims cannot survive. Oh, I think even the Canoness is low-key in trouble. But someone found the missionary, and now the missionary is under pressure. 80 to plus 10. Actually, Destar is buying time. That's good. He needs more time, though. Plus 80 to plus 20 for Yang Wan-Li. He is 100% looking for that tier 2. That's why he floats like crazy. But maybe he's just so focused on killing these Seraphims for sure. He keeps on going at them. Seraphims gets to jump out. Pristine Sanctuary is on the way. 82, 83, 84, 85. Approaching that tier 2. Okay, looks like the Servitor does go down, but the Pristine Sanctuary is still up. I think Destar needs that Infernal Pistol ASAP. The Infernal Pistol is really good against the unupgraded jet bikes.
Victory countdown has begun.
In fact, that it's absolutely necessary. Celestians are getting out. Celestians are getting out, but Yang is also getting tier 2. And look at all the damage that has been dropped on Destar. That's another listening post going down. He's gonna drop all the way down to 56 requisition as soon as this gets decapped. Meanwhile, also a little bit of a sleeper because Yang Wan-Li has also gotten his critical locations as well. Gonna get the Hall of Blood, so he's gonna go for the Scourges. But Infernal Pistol is out. Or not Infernal Pistol, Celestians are out with their melter guns. Oh, Destar, you might not get too greedy, mate. You might not get too greedy. Yang wants the shot against Nekki. At this point, he probably doesn't know who is his opponent, but he wants that. He absolutely wants to get to that final. Yang Wen Li, I think he's gonna get this optics before he makes the engagement. Or is he? Does he also have the Mandrake? No, he doesn't even wait. He wants to fight, and it's now. He's getting in here, trying to absolutely murder these Celestians. Does get a good ability off with these Seraphims. But speaking of the Seraphims, they're getting absolutely obliterated if they stay. Speaking of obliteration, now these jet bikes are gonna take so much damage. I think Yang Wen Li's making a little bit of a mistake here, isn't he? Good Mandrake control, though. Gonna get in here and actually tie up the Celestians. Speaking of the Celestians, fighting it out against the Mandrakes. Meanwhile, this cannon is at almost half HP, and the Reaver Optics has now gotten in here. And I think that is the GG for Destar, because he cannot survive this onslaught. This is a complete utter destruction. Destar is not surviving the day, and he is out. Man, what an absolute game, man. Man, I felt like Destar definitely did his thing, but it just didn't cut it. I think he lost too many servitors, the wrong moments. He lost a missionary unnecessarily. He was also focused too much on getting that plasma generator. He should have just split his servitor, one to get up here and finish the listening post in time before it got denied. So just small, like, map movements, like macro decisions from Destar. A little bit of multitasking issues, and Yang just went in here and just absolutely obliterated Destar. This was huge, man. I don't know if Destar should have been sticking with orcs. I think he could have done that, to be honest. But then again, I'm not the expert in this matchup, and especially not on a map like Outer Reaches, because it's a very volatile map, and we're playing Dark Eldar on the side of Yang Wen Li. Well played to Yang Wen Li. How many jet bikes is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 jet bikes? Bruh, what is going on? Yang was just like, I gotta get them bikes. I gotta get them bikes. Yeah, that's insane by Yang. So, man, we have Yang Wen Li going up against Nekki in the finals, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. Yang Wen Li going up against Nekki. Let's go. All right. So, in this one, we are now in the winner's bracket final. This means we are going to find out who is going to be the first guy getting into the grand final. Is it going to be this guy, Yang Wen Li? Yang Wen Li, he starts with 2 Mandrakes, Dark Foundry, and a Plasma Generator. And on the top side, we got Nekki. Nekki, he goes for a Bone Singer, 2 Guardians, Fleet of Foot, Aspect Portal, and Plasma Generator. Nekki will definitely try and punch back at Yang Wen Li, but same with Yang Wen Li. Both of them had very dominant semifinals. Who's gonna take this one? It's a very, very big question for obvious reasons. Dark Reapers are getting in here for Nekki, so his Aspect Portal choice is definitely going to be DPS over utility and morale dropping from the Rangers. Interesting choice by Nekki to actually capture the inner points. Or maybe he changes his mind, actually. He's gonna get for this point. He's not gonna make the same mistake that he did against Master Yoba that could have cost him the game if Master Yoba was more patient. And gonna capture this point with the Dark Reapers as well. I like that. Let's see the cap order of Yang. So he's also gonna capture this very fast. Will he go on the offense here, though? No, doesn't look like it. We'll see, though. Yang is gonna capture this point. We'll go for this one, and then he's gonna get the relic. That's really, really important. Okay, so both players, no insane engages. Oh, have I spoken too soon? Yang Wen Li is already on the move.
Enemy sighted.
Yeah, and he's gonna get a really good decap off here. Ah, man. What a timing by Yang. It's actually crazy that he captured this point and then went over here straight up. That's crazy to me. Really, really good choice. But Nekki looks a little bit ready. Yeah, he's gonna go in here. Looks like we have the Hellions, though. Is he gonna go for double Hellions? Yes, he's going for double Hellions. This is the build order to go, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you're supposed to do in this matchup, if you ask me. The other way around is just okay, but it's not good enough. Yang is already jumping in. Where are them Guardians at? Nekki has to react. Nice reaction from Nekki. Really, really well played. Nekki's gonna get this listening post up. He is gonna get his third one. Meanwhile, he has to defend this area, and he has to keep on defending against these Hellions. Speaking of the Hellions, the second one is also in the mix. Hi. This is the game, or the best of three to get to the grand final. Okay. Nekki's gonna have to fight back. He's gonna try and defend his way out of this, but the other Hellion squad and the Mandrakes is getting in here. That's the whole party going up against Nekki. Nekki has to micro for his life if he wants to survive this.
We are under enemy fire.
He needs to defend himself out of this. He cannot play with this economy, by the way. 56 to plus 10. This is a nightmare economy. He's gonna get grenades, actually. That's a very, very interesting choice. He can definitely disrupt these Hellions. Speaking of the Hellions, they had to disengage, otherwise it was getting too much. Nicely done by Yang Wenli to not overstay. Speaking of Yang, he's finally gonna get the Homunculus Laboratory. So this is no fast tier 2. The reason why Yang does this instead of fast tier 2 is because he might actually look for a finisher on Nekki. So that is the cool way about this build order. You can either win in tier 1 and then push to tier 1.5 and finish Nekki. If Nekki is too powerful and he defends really well, you can actually get the tier 2 fast and then have a tech advantage instead. That's why this opening is so good. Speaking of the opening, Yang Wenli is going to use it to the fullest. Actually jumping in here, but he's going to use the Mandrake to actually help out in this Dark Reaper squad. Or to tie up this Dark Reaper squad. Nicely done. This is an absolute obliteration. Oh, the Hellions might actually take a little bit too much damage. But the Mandrakes are coming in clutch. The leader, the Hellion Succubus, is getting in though. Aye. Nekki's trying to get the third plasma generator. He has to upgrade his listening post. He has only upgraded one, and now the jet bike is also in here. Nekki is under brutal pressure. He needs to get the hell out of here. The Hellion squad is gonna jump out in time. That's good. Yeah, and Reaver Jet... Jesus Christ, this damage. Reaver Jet bike cannot stay here for obvious reasons. 68 to plus 30 for Nekki. 85 to plus 20 for Yang. Yang is not playing around. He's gonna go for tier 1.5. He cannot afford to just let Nekki get tier 2 for no reason. Now Nekki has to run for his life. Good plasma grenade though. And nicely done. This Hellion squad is potentially taking too much damage, but so can be said the same for Nekki. Nekki is gonna try and survive. Yeah. I think Yang is gonna go for it, guys. Let's see if Nekki can hold on, because this is an absolute tragedy if he just doesn't micro correctly. He's gonna do a little bit of a weird pathing here. This is not too good. He's gonna try and survive this. It's a little bit too much. I think the fleet of foot is not being used to the fullest. Nekki, have you forgotten about the fleet of foot? Trying to get this support platform up, but Yang is not having any of it. Nekki does teleport out. This is really good by him. And we have minefields as well, so that's really, really good. But, man, this is a complete slaughter by Yang Wenli. Look at this absolute insanity push by him. This is the way to go, guys. Is tier 2 coming in for Yang? No, he doesn't. He's just fully engaged in here. Nekki's trying to use the minefield to his full advantage. He's just gonna have to micro for his life. He does get the support platform up. This is so close for him to break. He has to play to his absolute fullest if he wants to survive this absolute insanity from Yang Wenli. Who's gonna get to that final? Is the first blood being drawn by Yang Wenli, or is it going to Nekki, who's gonna survive? But the first squad from these Dark Reapers are gonna go down. Nekki is slowly falling apart. Everything is just dropping on his side. Even the slave chamber is getting into the mix. Man, not upgrading the listening post in time, I feel like. Yeah. Oh, man. Hell no. This is a slaughter. I have to admit, Nekki just can't survive this. How many jet bikes is this, dude? How many jet bikes are we talking about? What is that? 6 jet bikes? Damn. Oh, damn. Nekki is out of here. Yang Wenli, you insane monster. Oh my fucking god. Yang is going freaking in, dude. Guys, are we watching a world champion? Are we right now looking at a world champion? Is this the guy who's gonna take the championship of the biggest tournament since Cyber Games back in the day? Is this what we're getting? I think that's what it's looking like, but I saw some moments where Nekki definitely could have punched back. I think Nekki, wrong cap order once again. Don't go for this point first. Just try and get this point ASAP. Also, you could argue that you should go for triple. I know it delays the Dark Reapers, but there's an argument for triple Guardians because of the plasma grenades being really good against these Hellions. You saw he had to do it anyway, but the problem is there is a little bit of a caveat here, which is if Yang only goes for one Hellion squad and just straight up jet bikes after that, then the grenades might not be as effective. Yeah, on that side, you would rather get Dark Reapers. Yeah, but still, I want this point to be captured faster by Nekki. But I think this map is a little bit exposed for early Dark Elder push. So I think 3 Guardians would have been the best way to go, because even if this gets disrupted and you go for this from the get-go, you have at least back home 3 Guardians to actually secure your points. Even the Dark Reapers can help out with that, so... Yeah, this was insane by Yang. I even think some of these listening posts should have been upgraded faster by Nekki. I think he should have gotten better defenses up. I think it was a little bit too late, the defenses he got. But guys, without further ado, let's get that second game, because Nekki is on the back foot. But I think he can punch back, because I saw what he did against Master Yoba, and that was not pretty. So, let's get into it. Game 2, Yang Wenli, Nekki, the battle for the grand final. Let's go. Okay, so next map is going to be Deadly Foreign Archaeology. Nekki thinks that he can maybe get the best advantage out of this. It's at least his loser pick, and Yang Wenli has been absolutely insane so far in this tournament. This guy just doesn't lose games. But let's see, because I saw some signs of Nekki definitely being able to punch back. So let's see how he's gonna play this one out. On the left side, we got Nekki. Nekki, he goes for 3 Guardians this time. I love this. So, Bone Singer 3 Guardians. We'll go for the Aspect Portal and Fleet of Foot. We'll most likely go for Dark Reapers, obviously, as well. And we'll go for the Plasma Generators a little bit later. Obviously, need the Fleet of Foot as well. On the right side, Yang Wenli, same opening. Gonna go for 2 Mandrakes and the Dark Foundry into the Plasma Generator. Let's see, so Nekki is already going in. He's gonna go for this strategic point. He probably knows that Yang is gonna go for 2 Mandrakes only, so it's gonna be crazy if Yang is gonna go in offensive, because he only has 1 cav unit in the Mandrakes at home at that point. But speaking of the Mandrakes already making the move here, I think again this is a huge mistake by Nekki. He has to capture his out of points. He has 3 Guardians, so it's not so punishable that he loses one of them. Speaking of losing something, Mandrakes are gonna get in, trying to go for this Guardian squad. Yang Wenli doesn't give a damn about like getting captures. That might actually be a little bit of a mistake in my opinion. Gonna be some nasty damage. I don't know if this is worth from Yang. He's gonna get this point though. How many Mandrakes is gonna go down? If it's 2, this is not worth. If it's 3, that is absolutely not worth. That is a complete disaster in my opinion by Yang. He does get the decap off, don't get it twisted, but that was not a good sign. Okay, Yang, oh my god, the deny comes in. Torture Slave though. Is he gonna get killed in time? Looks like Yang does get this Tower of Loathing up, but I'll just be real. Nekki is gonna look for the points. He's gonna see if there's anything that he can deny, and he would be right. He could definitely do that. Yang Wenli. Okay, so 2 points on the side of Nekki. And Yang Wenli has 1 strategic point. What is this game? Okay, so Hellion is the first unit that gets out. And no more. He's not going for double Hellions. I guess it's because he sees the Guardians. I don't think so, actually. He's not able to see the Guardians in time, I think. But maybe he would. And if he sees 3 Guardians, I understand him actually not going for double Hellion. That's completely fine. Plasma grenades is definitely good here. Speaking of like, plasma grenades being dropped, that's really, really great. But I'm gonna keep it a buck. Yang Wenli is just going in. Nekki, this is so much damage being dropped on you. You need to play more defensive, my guy. Speaking of defenses, Yang tries to actually go in a little bit deeper, but he disengages. No overstay. Okay, looks like we're trying to get this point here for Nekki, but he's gonna get punished for that, I feel like. Nekki does secure his 3rd point. He is now 38 to plus 10. Meanwhile, Nekki is 56 to plus 10. 38 is on the side of Yang, so that means Yang is playing on Garbito, complete basura economy. But look at his army. Man, Nekki has to be careful. This is probably a whole wipe of one of these Guardian squads. At least these Guardians cannot be reinforced. Lack of economy on the side of Nekki. That's a Guardian squad just being murdered straight up. And now this Guardian squad is in trouble. That's a whole wipe once again. But speaking of wipes, this Hellion squad needs to be very, very careful. Cannot afford to lose the Hellion squad. Nicely done by Yang. This is insane gameplay by Yang. His micro is good. His patience is amazing. And Nekki is being low-key bullied, I feel like. And what do we have here? We have a Guardian squad being caught off guard once again. Is the 3rd Kappa unit gonna get dropped for Nekki? Man, that is the case, isn't it? Looks like Nekki want to try and see if he can save the day. The reinforcements are so close to get in, but he doesn't get out in time. That's a little bit of a mistake by Nekki. He should have kept running. He might have had a chance. Yeah, now again, 3rd Dark Reaper squad is badly needed, but let's look at Yang. He's improving his economy rapidly, 68 to plus 10. Meanwhile, Nekki is 56 to plus 10. And see, this point has been denied for both places, or both players. But I think Yang is satisfied with that because he already has one of the extra points. Needs to be careful though, cannot throw away his Hellion. Let's look at critical locations. Not a single one is to one or the other player. Okay, Nekki has had enough. He's gonna fight these Dark Reapers. Not Dark Reapers, these Reaper jet bikes. Speaking of Reaper jet bikes, that's just a lot of damage being dropped. And Nekki has had enough. He's just gonna counterattack. Absolutely murders this torture slave. Yeah, and Yang has to respect that. This is... Oh my god! Nekki, you should have been awake, dude. Don't sleep. That Hellion squad should absolutely be killed. No doubt in my mind. Okay. Slave chamber, obviously, so there's no fast tier 2 or anything by Yang. But then again, he cannot afford that. Speaking of Yang, he's gonna lose his slave chamber. Yeah, he has to rebuild that. Because he cannot afford just losing Reaper jet bikes and then not being able to reproduce them. But Yang actually counterattacks with capturing this point. That's great. Let's see what Nekki is going to do. He could look for a plasma generator. Let's see what Yang is going to do. This is a little bit of a very, very weird situation. Okay, we're getting Grave Tomb. Okay, I think Nekki is going to look for that. He's going to look for that tier 2 coming in and he want to block that. Speaking of Yang Wenli, he's trying to maybe, is this, who's caught with who? Is it Nekki who's gonna try and actually micro his way out of this, or is it going to be Yang who's gonna absolutely slaughter him? We're gonna figure out very, very soon. Hellion squad is very, very much on the front line, but it's gonna be too much damage for him. Gonna disengage, but this Dark Reaper squad on the other hand is getting focused by Yang Wenli. This is a crazy engagement by Yang. Who can fight this one out? Yang Wenli has all the melee capacities here. Yeah, Yang Wenli is in trouble. Or Nekki is in trouble. but these mandrakes are almost getting wiped, but they're still buying a lot of time. This Dark Reaver squad is very much in trouble, trying to reinforce his way out of this Nekki, but that is an expensive army. 70 requisition with an economy of 56 to plus 10. This is an absolute nightmare, and Nekki is gonna finish him off. This is like Freddy Krueger kind of nightmare here. This is a complete bloodbath, and now has to disengage though Yang Wen Li. This is patience. This is patience. A Dark Eldar player against Nekki would normally just like, okay, I'm gonna try and finish him off, but no reason to just overstay. Yang, he knows he got this in the bag. Just don't overstay. Nekki cannot even get the decap off. Will he focus the Hellion squad? He needs to get them out of here because they are just tying up all his units, but they keep on being reinforced. And speaking of reinforcements, we need that for Nekki. He's losing his whole army. I think Yang Wen Li is gonna get to that finals, guys. This is a complete and utter slaughter for Nekki, and he knows it. He deletes his buildings. Oh my god, Yang, you freaking monster. Yang Wen Li, you absolute insano man. Yo, I don't think anyone wants to be in a ring against Yang. Yang Wen Li looks like this is peak Dark Eldar performance. This is very, very, very powerful of Yang Wen Li. I absolutely love the way he plays this one. And yeah, whoever is going up against him in the grand final is that one will be an absolute, yeah, man. If Yang Wen Li wins the world championship, what the hell is going on? That's crazy. I'm gonna check. Has Yang Wen Li actually lost the game this whole tournament? I'm actually not sure. I don't think so, actually. But guys, without further ado, I could analyze all day long, but guys, I want to ready my voice because I am shredding my voice casting all of these games in a row. I'm gonna get to it. I need to be ready for the journey for the grand finals. Let's get into that one later on when I drop that one. We're gonna get a world championship, a world champion very, very soon, and one guy is looking like he is definitely going for it. Nekki is down on the losers bracket final. Will he get the revenge? We're gonna see on the last video. But guys, without further ado, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. Peace.